Hey friends, it's Alyssa here with your post-workout yoga flow. Maybe you just finished a workout and you're just still sweaty and in your workout gear. That's awesome. This is going to be really good to kind of just loosen it up, stretch it all out. Or maybe you're just sore from yesterday or a hard workout you did this week. This is just going to be kind of a quick get in, keep your body moving, work out the kinks. Let's get into a little deeper of a stretch. And I think it'll be really good. We're going to still keep moving though. It's still going to be a yoga flow. I have a couple suggested props. These are totally optional. We can do all the poses without them. I just think props are a really cool way to enhance the practice. So if you have 2 yoga blocks, grab these now. You can also use anything that's in the shape and size of a yoga block, like a book, textbook or something like that. Anything you want to use. And I also suggest using a yoga strap. The strap is really great because you can use it, we're going to make it into a big loop eventually. That's why the strap's nice. All of these, again, you can do without the props. So if you just grab onto a towel or anything, you can use a strap for, and then you could just skip the parts that we need to loop it. Anyway, that's it. Get your props, put them at the top of your mat. We'll be using these. And we're just going to begin at the top of our mat right here, standing up nice and tall, and we're just going to swing our arms and just start here. So if you just got back from a run or something, you might be feeling kind of tight. I know my back feels tight from running sometimes, or it even hurts often. So we're just going to kind of swing the arms. Take your hands into fists and kind of give yourself nice little taps. Nice. On your back, on your sides. Just kind of let your fists tap your body like little punches. Twist it out, loosen it up. Take one more round. Start to connect to your breath. Awesome. It was definitely more than one round. Bring your hands down to the blocks. So if you have your blocks, bring them on the top level, level 3. Bend your knees and rest your forearms down on the blocks. Bend your knees a lot. So we just want to release, allow gravity to do the work on the hamstrings. We're not ready to straighten them out and stretch them out. We just want to release first. Allow your head to just fall down, crown just points to the ground. Release your neck. If you don't have blocks, just take your arms, grab opposite elbows, bend your knees, and just forward fold here. So one way that we can allow our body to release and loosen up where it's tight is to use the breath. So begin to connect to your breath right now. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Awesome. Press your fingertips into the blocks, lengthen out your spine. So here you're going to straighten out your legs. Straighten your legs, lengthen your spine, crown reaches forward, take a breath in. Exhale, fold. Take one more breath in your fold. Knees are bent, maybe you catch your elbows. And then when you're ready, inhale all the way up to stand. Arms wide, inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your fingertips up high, get a nice stretch. Breathe in, and then bend your right elbow, drop your hand behind your back. Just catch your elbow with your left hand. Take a breath in. Exhale over to the left. Find a side bend. Nice. Take one more breath here. Just get a nice big side stretch. Inhale through center, reach. We'll switch arms. Bend at the left elbow. Catch your elbow with your right hand. Breathe in. Exhale to the right. Awesome. Take a full round of breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale back through center, reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. You can use the blocks. Bring your fingertips to the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring the blocks just to the sides of the mat. Plant your hands. Step back to high plank. Nice. We're not really here to be working on strength too much, but as in always, all yoga practices, we build a lot of strength. So just hold here for a moment, and then you're just going to lower all the way down to the belly. Flip to the tops of the feet, press into your hands as you lift up to a little cobra. Get a nice little back bend. Take a breath here. And lower back down. Press up through tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. Maybe you're feeling really tight. Just start to walk out your dog right away. Press down into your heel. This is going to get a nice stretch for your calf. And just switch sides. Let's go back and forth. The goal here is to loosen everything up. Get rid of the tension. This will hopefully be a good complement to your running routine or your HIIT workouts or whatever you need. Just walk it out. One more breath. Exhale. Nice. Come to a down dog. So spread your fingers wide. Feet are hip distance unless you're tight. Take your feet wider. No big deal. Keep your knees bent if you need to, or maybe work to straighten your legs. Inhale your right leg up high. Bend your right knee and just find some big hip circles here. Find some big circles with your knee. Working out the hip one direction and then go the other direction. I like to shoot for 3 circles per side. Per direction. Awesome. Extend your leg nice and long. We're going to bring the foot all the way to the top of the mat on the outside of the hands. So step forward toward the right side of your mat and you're going to grab onto your blocks. The blocks are on the inside of your feet on your hands. So right now we're in just kind of a wide, low lunge here. We're going to flow in order to work out the hips and release some tension to stretch it out, but we're going to find a little fluid movement here. So what we're going to do is pulse forward, come to the knife edge of your right foot and kind of bring your back leg down. You might want to bend the knee, that's fine, or just kind of really come nice and deep to the knife edge of your right foot. And then straighten both legs as you sit your hips back for a pyramid pose, a long pyramid. So now both legs are nice and straight. Your back heel's still lifted. We're going to do that 2 more times. So pulse forward, roll to the knife edge of your right foot. Just get really deep and wide in your hip and then straighten both legs. Sit it back for a pyramid. I didn't mention, but my blocks are on level 2 here. Really good level. We'll come back forward. Roll to the knife edge of your right foot. Deep squat. And then press it back, pyramid pose. We're going to take a breath or 2 here. Breathe in. Maybe even come to your fingertips, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, fold. Take another breath here. This is a really big stretch right here on the back of your right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back forward to your low lunge. Step both feet forward to the edges of the mat. We're going to come to Malasana Yogi Squat. So take the blocks just in front of you. Your toes are pointed out to the sides. Your heels are pointed in. I'm just going to turn so you can see what it looks like. You want to work to get your heels down to the mat. You have the blocks. So this is a great option too. If your heels don't come down or it's a little too much, just sit on a block. Press your elbows into your thighs, open them up. This is really opening up the hips here. Keep your chest lifted, spine long. Awesome. Take another breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, bring your hands down to the mat. Start to straighten out your legs as you come back into a forward fold. Your toes can point forward, but your feet are still at the edges of the mat. From here, bring your left hand down. Bend your left knee. Sweep your right hand up high. Find a twist. Bend really deep into your left knee. Breathe in. Exhale your right hand down. Straighten both legs. Bend your right knee. Sweep your left hand high. Take a breath here. Exhale your hand back down, forward fold. You can heel toe your feet back to center, hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Maybe use the blocks. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Reach up. We're going to get those side bends again. So bend the right elbow, catch the elbow, breathe in. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center, switch elbows. So bend the left. Catch the left elbow with your right hand. Breathe in. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center, reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Take a breath here. Make sure you're drawing the lower belly in, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Flip to the tops of your feet. Inhale to a little cobra. Get a nice little back bend, pressing into the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Awesome. Maybe take a moment to just pedal it out here. Walk out your dog. And we'll go right to the other side. Lift your left leg up high, bend your knee, and find some big hip circles. One direction. Shoot for 3 in one direction, and then switch sides, switch directions. Big hip circles. Awesome. Extend your leg long, and we're going to step all the way to the top of the mat, to the outside of the hands, left side of the mat. Grab onto your blocks or books. Bring your hands onto them. So again, we're in a nice wide, low lunge here. We're going to find our flow. So roll to the knife edge of your left foot as you shift forward. Again, maybe your back leg stays straight, or if you need to, drop that knee a little bit. Open up. Then straighten both legs as you sit your hips back for a long pyramid pose. Let's do that 2 more times. Roll forward. Knife edge of the left foot. Just really allow your hip to open up here, and then sit it back. Straighten both legs. Fold. 1 more time. Roll forward. Open up the hip. Maybe drop the knee down, and sit your hips back. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe try to get a little deeper. And again, if you don't have the blocks, don't worry about it. You can do this without the blocks. This just gives a little more accessibility, kind of heightens the practice a little bit. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale. Awesome. Inhale, come forward. We're going to step both feet forward to yogi squat. Again, just kind of opening up the hips here. Again, you might feel tight, and that's okay. The block, sitting on a block, is really helpful. We're not going to be here long. Just lengthen through your spine. Lift your chest. 1 more breath. Exhale, bring your hands down. Straighten both legs slowly as you come to a wide leg forward fold. Bend the left knee. Keep the left hand down. Sweep your right hand up high. Bring your right hand down. Bend your right knee. Sweep your left hand high. Exhale, fold. Walk your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Reach up, bring your palms together. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Awesome. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Only your right foot. And then walk your left foot back to the edge of the mat. We were just here a little bit, but we're going to come to a lizard lunge. Super deep stretch. Some people call this a runner's lunge as well. You might want the block here. So drop down onto your right knee, untuck your toes. You can keep the toes tucked if you have any tenderness in your knee, or just put a blanket under your knee. So we're going to be right here, starting on your fingertips. Maybe press open on your knee here to come to the knife edge, kind of like we did in that low lunge. You could stay right here. Otherwise, bring your knee in toward your shoulder, and we're going to get nice and deep. So grab the block or book, bring your forearms maybe down to the block. If this is comfortable, you can bring your forearms all the way down to the mat. If this is too much, just stay right up here on your hands. No big deal. Some days you're going to feel more tight than others. Just listen to your body and breathe where you feel tight. Keep your head lifted, not looking forward. Just think about keeping the spine in one nice long line. So just kind of keep your gaze up a little bit. Don't dump your chin to the chest. You can stay right here if you want to get deeper into this posture and into the back leg. You're going to walk yourself up. Again, some days this is easier and harder than others. You're going to bend the right leg. Bring your right hand down to the block. Sweep your left hand behind to catch the top of your foot You're just going to draw your heel into your glute as you revolve your chest open. Some options here, you can grab onto your strap, catch your foot with the strap, draw your foot in. If you can't get to your feet today, just take one more breath. Exhale. If you have the bind, release your foot gently back down. If you're down on the block, just walk yourself back up. Plant your hands down on your mat, and then just step forward. Forward fold, nice and wide. Maybe just bend into both knees one at a time. Find some movement. And then we're gonna step the left foot to the back of the mat. Just hit both sides, walk your right foot to the edge, get onto your block, drop your left knee, untuck your toes. So again, I like to start right here on fingertips and even push open on your right leg, roll to the knife edge of your right foot. Just start to open up that hip. We did this flowing, now we're trying to get nice and deep into this lunge. Bring your foot back in, knee to the shoulder. Stay either right here or walk your forearms down to the block or all the way down to the mat. I want to encourage you, because these poses can get really, really tough, I want to encourage you to breathe deeper. Right when you feel like you want to get out of this pose is probably the moment your body's starting to soften to it. So breathe through the discomfort. If there's ever any pain, definitely get out of the pose. But if it's just discomfort, try to breathe, be present. Allow the breath to soften your body, soften your muscles, release any tension. If you want to get into that lizard bind, walk yourself up, left hand's down on the block, bend your left knee. Right hand sweeps around to catch the top of your foot, your right foot. Draw your heel in, maybe revolve your chest open. We're just hitting getting into the left leg now. And take one more breath wherever you are. Exhale, release. Walk yourself back up. You can move the block. This time plant your hands and step back to your knees. You might feel kind of tight, so here you could press back to down dog. Find some hip circles to just work out any of that tension. Maybe go with the right leg, go with the left leg. And then drop back down to your knees. Come to sit on your heels. So your toes are not tucked, they're untucked. You're just gonna bring your hands down behind you onto your finger pads and then lift up on your hips. Just get a nice stretch here. Allow your head to fall back, lift up your hips. Get a stretch for your quads. One more breath. Exhale. Lower it back down. Walk your hands forward. We're just going to move through some cat-cows to release the spine. So spread your fingers wide, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Think about drawing your lower belly in. Let's go through some cat-cows. Inhale, look up to cow. Your belly drops, tailbone lifts, look up. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin into your chest for cat. Inhale, look up to cow. Belly drops, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round, tuck. Let's do two more of those. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. One more time. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out and round. Awesome. Come back to tabletop. So good to take care of our legs, stretch them out, but also to take care of the spine. So just shift your hips over to the right. Look over your left shoulder and shift your hips to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Do this a couple times. If you want, you can also roll around on your hands just to stretch out the wrists. Maybe you did some kind of lots of like planking or push-ups and your wrists need a little stretch. You can also turn your fingertips to face behind, to face toward your body and roll them out that way. Or even just roll forward and back, stretch out the wrists. And then come back to tabletop. We're going to take care of the shoulders now. Inhale your right hand up high. So open up, reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, thread your arm all the way through. I realize you can't really see me super well this way. So thread it all the way through. Shoulder comes down, your hand comes down. And you can even just walk your left fingertips forward right here. You're just trying to revolve open. Take care of the shoulders, twisting in the spine. And take another breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your left hand back in. Press into your left hand as you unwind. Sweep your right hand all the way back up to the ceiling to find a counter twist, and then bring your right hand back down. We're going to go right to the other side. Left hand lifts up high. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread your arm all the way underneath, all the way down to the mat. Shoulder comes down, the top of your hand comes down. Walk your right fingertips forward. And you can even tent your fingertips here. And think about just revolving open, stretching out the shoulder, twisting out the spine. And remember to come back to your breath. Stretching is really great after a workout. But breathing is so important during a workout, after. Send breath to where you feel tight. Breathe deeper. One more breath. Exhale, walk your right hand back in. Press into your right hand as you sweep your left hand up high. Find that counter twist, and then bring your hand back down. Awesome. We're going to swing around to our seat and grab onto your strap. We're going to be using the strap from here on out. If you don't have a strap, you can definitely use just anything that's kind of like a strap, even a towel or a rope or something. We're going to stretch out the legs. So start by hugging your knees in, just hug them in, and maybe find some hip circles. I like to take my knees out in opposite directions and go both ways. Just kind of work out your hips here. And then we are going to really get into the legs. So extend your left leg long. Take the strap behind your right foot. Kick your heel all the way up to the ceiling. This is my favorite stretch for a post run. Just draw your leg in as much as feels comfortable. You can keep your knee straight. You don't need to lock out your knee, and just go to where your soft edge, that's what I like to call it. So if you're right here and you're feeling it, don't push any further. Eventually, when you're not as tight, you might be getting in deeper. So allow breath to soften the back of your right leg here. We're just working to pull that in. Let's take one more breath here. This is something you can do on your own as well. After a workout, just grab your strap. Now take the strap into your right hand. Take your left hand onto your hip. Think about rooting down through your left hip into the mat as you open up your right foot out to the right side. Again, you just go to wherever is comfortable. Don't compare to anyone else. Don't go where you think you have to go. Go to your edge. So we're just thinking about rooting down the left hip, opening up in the right. You're going to get a nice deep stretch right here inside your right thigh. And even think about bringing your right toes up more. That's going to make it more intense. And breathe here. Take one more breath. This is a good place that if you want to pause the video and hang out here for a little bit more, go for it. Again, this is something you can totally do on your own whenever you want. Bring your leg back through center. We're going to switch the strap to the left hand. And you're going to start to bring your leg over your body. There's a few options here. Maybe you just go a little bit. When I go right to here, I'm barely crossing over my torso. I feel it really, really strong right here, right now. So you can stay right here. A lot of people like to go for more of a supine twist. So if you want to continue crossing over your body, bring your right hand out to a half T and maybe twist. Maybe your foot comes down toward the mat. Maybe not. But we're more concerned about getting this deep stretch than about twisting your spine. So go to where you feel it. Maybe look over your right fingertips. Take another breath here. Exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Draw it in for another moment. And then I want to challenge you to, instead of just switching straps to the other foot, release the right strap and bring your leg long. So your right foot meets the left, and just kind of notice. This is all part of mindfulness. Notice the difference in your legs. Do you feel a different sensation? My right leg actually feels longer right now. It feels lighter. So just notice and then switch sides. Take the strap behind your left foot and kick your heel up to the ceiling and draw it in. So from here, you're just gonna breathe. Draw it in, maybe close your eyes. Maybe think about the hard work you did in your workout beforehand or your run. Wherever you are, I want to challenge you to not compare to anyone else's journey ever. So easy to compare, especially with social media. But this is your journey. So whatever you accomplished today or yesterday or this week, be proud of yourself. Give yourself a nice pat on the back. Thank yourself for showing up. It's the hardest part. Draw it in as you take another breath in. Exhale. Bring the strap into your left hand. Bring your right hand onto your hip. So again, you're not really able to push yourself down, but think about rooting down as you start to open up. Don't let your right hip lift up. Just begin to open up here. You're going to feel a nice deep stretch. Go to your soft edge. Where are you feeling it? No pain, but maybe really deep stretch. And then tomorrow when you get back out there for your workout or your run, notice the difference in your legs again. Is there any difference from stretching the day before? Let's take another breath here. Bring the strap back through center, switch hands, so switch to the right. And again, either go a little bit over to the right side. Like I said, I feel it a lot. That's kind of my goal, so I might want to just stay there. Otherwise, take your left hand out to a half T and start to bring your leg even further. Maybe you want to go for a twist. Maybe you're not super tight today and you have a lot of range. Take your gaze over your left fingertips. Just take a couple breaths here. Let's just take 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Exhale. Come back through center. And let's draw it in a little bit more. Get every last bit out of the stretch that you can. And then release your foot long. And let's just notice a difference again. Notice your body. Connect right here. And when you're ready, walk your knees in, your feet in, bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. And just rock side to side, or maybe bring your nose up to your knees. And then we're going to find happy baby pose. You can grab the outsides of your feet or bring your peace fingers to your big toes. If you don't know what peace fingers are, you make the peace sign, but then these two stay together, and your thumb, you're going to grab onto your toes with your middle and pointer, and then wrap your thumb around. Press your heels up as you draw your knees down. Open up your hips. And maybe just rock side to side. You have a few options here. You can straighten one leg, come to a little ninja baby. Or you can straighten both legs. Just get every last bit of stretch you want out of this. Find some movement. And then we're going to grab onto the strap again. I want to teach you a really cool way that you can assist yourself with the strap. So you're gonna loop your strap up. If you don't have a strap and you wanna skip this part or find a way to make something else work, you totally can. So you make a big circle. Got a big circle here. What you're gonna do is wrap this around your back. Takes a little bit of getting into, but I promise it's worth it. Feels so good. And then you're gonna butterfly your legs. So we're in butterfly pose. Bring the strap around your feet. I'm sure you can't see this super great. So straps around my back and around my feet. I don't know if I looped this right. And you're gonna make it as tight as you can. Don't worry about it because you can always tighten it when you lay back down. So bring your heels in as close as you can, butterfly your legs, and then you're gonna come to lay all the way down, if that makes sense. So the strap is really pushing open on the thighs and it's allowing you, it's like a self-assist. So if I were with you, I'd be able to push open on your legs here, but the strap's gonna allow you to do that. So tighten it, I'm kind of tightening it more. I want a little extra. Again, the strap's on the low back, wrapping around to your feet, opening everything up, and maybe you take your hands out to your sides, flip your palms up, and just breathe right here. If you don't have a strap or anything that can self-assist, just butterfly your legs and lay all the way down on your back. You're still opening up on the hips. If you got a little one around, tell them to push open on your thighs. It gets super intense, super deep, but it's gonna feel good. Let's continue to open and soften as you close your eyes. Bring your right hand onto your heart, your left hand onto your belly. It's a really good time for some deep breathing to close out our practice. So just breathe into your belly and let the breath travel all the way up through your ribs, all the way into your chest under your right hand, and then exhale from your chest, down through your ribs, down through your belly. Breathe into your belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Really expand. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. You always have the option to pause the video, stay right here. Whenever you're ready to come out of this, the easiest way is to kind of just lift up your feet and remove the strap right from your feet. You can take the strap from underneath your body, put it to the side, grab onto your blocks. We're going to set up for Shavasana. Take the blocks on level 2 or 1 or 2 under your thighs right here. And just allow your legs to fall open. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Bring your arms by your sides and close your eyes. I'm not going to have you come up to seated. I'm just going to let you end here in Shavasana. So take your time. Hang out here as long as you can, as long as you want to. Sometimes we want to skip over this part. But Shavasana is this opportunity to allow your practice to soak into your body as you let it all go. You did the hard work. Now give yourself some rest. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Thank you for showing up post-workout, post-run, whatever you accomplished today or yesterday or this week. I'm proud of you. Give yourself some gratitude for showing up when it's not easy, when it gets tough, when life is crazy. Thank you for choosing to flow post-workout with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.